Listen, I feel like this is one of the biggest red flags in the talking stage, and we can agree to disagree, but please let me know. Stick with me here, okay? So let's say everything's going really well, okay? They're consistently texting you. It's a minute-to-minute thing. Texting, calling, updates. And you're already scared enough. You're just like, what is going on? Like, this is going a little too well. But then you start to embrace it because weeks go by. So you start to trust this person. You're like, no, they really like me and I really like them. This is nice, okay? And then all of a sudden, they stop talking to you. Like, they're not talking to you the way they used to talk to you. And they start acting a little weird. They either don't reply, and if they do, it's just really, really dry. When literally the day before, they were just so sweet. And you're like, maybe it's just a rough day. So you wait it out. And then a week goes by. Still really nothing. But you're already used to this pattern of them being so nice to you and so sweet to you. So you ask them, you're like, hey, is everything okay? Are you okay? Are you going through something? Are we okay? And they start to get mad at you and look at you like they're the victim. They're just like, whoa, relax a little bit, you know? Like, I'm fine. I'm just doing my thing right now. They literally love bombed you, got you to be so attached to them, and then they try to act like it's not really a big deal. What? No, because that was the plan all along. They are no longer interested in you. They just like that you like them. Run. Listen, when a person says these 5 words, you already know that the person they're talking to is about to get their butt handed to them, okay? Because it's not one of those, I'm upset and I'm mad and I want to talk about it conversations. It's one of those, you think I'm stupid and we about to talk about it right now, okay? It's the, I just think it's funny how ... This is how you can find out if someone likes you without them actually admitting they like you. Hi, hello, it's Ann. We can agree to disagree, but please let me know. I don't know if there's a name for this, but I'm gonna call it the color complement theory. And it's really simple. Let's go. You're gonna have to be a little bold for this one, so stick with me here. Go up to your crush and let them know that the color that they are wearing that day looks really good on them. So example, if they're wearing green, just be like, hey, green looks really good on you. After that, give it some time. If your crush is wearing that color more often now, they may be interested in you because now they know that you like them in that color and that you noticed them in that color. Listen, this is just a theory. I'm not saying it's 100% gonna work, but you let me know. Because when you think of it, if your crush tells you that they think that you look good in this specific color, you're gonna wanna wear that color more often. Are we being delusional? Possibly. And that's okay. I mean, it's either you try this or you just ask them if they like you too, so. Which you should, but let me know, and sending all my love. Good luck, you got this. Listen, I feel like one of the most frustrating things about being in the talking stage is not knowing whether or not you should be able to be upset at this person. Does that make sense? Like, stick with me. It's kind of like you guys are together, but you guys aren't. Like, you haven't officiated anything. You guys are just getting to know each other. You guys are just testing the waters. So you kind of don't want to be upset at them because you don't want them to think that you're too much. But let me tell you this right now, okay? Speak your truth. If they do something that pisses you off, say it. Because if they think it's too much, they can go find less, all right? You deserve to be able to talk to someone about your feelings. That's who you should be with, someone that you can work things out with, talk things out with. And if you're too scared to bring up something that makes you upset because you guys aren't together yet and you're scared that it's gonna push them away, then y'all shouldn't be together. Never disrespect yourself because you wanna possibly be with someone. Listen, we love besties that do this, okay? Stick with me here. So let's say that you go up to your bestie and you are crying. It could be bawling your eyes out, or you could just have like a tear coming down. Either way, they're gonna look at you and they're gonna be like, oh my goodness, are you okay? They're gonna be so worried, and then instantly it's like they switch up so fast. They're like, who did it? Who do I have to talk to? Who do I have to see? They are instantly angry. They're like, who did this to my best friend? And although you don't want them to do anything about it, you're kind of just like, no, it's okay, it's fine. You're a blessing. Thank you. You ever have this strong feeling that your bestie likes a specific person, but they won't admit it? This is how you get your bestie to admit it without actually having them admit it, okay? Stick with me here. So let's say you guys are hanging out. You only have to do one thing. You basically just need to go a little bit closer to your bestie and be like, hey. And you need to kind of like whisper this, make it seem like it's a secret, but not really. Just be like, hey, I know you don't like this person or whatever, but they're headed this way. They're right there. Notice that your bestie reacts however they react. They're like, okay, whatever. Or they're just like freaking out. If they already start freaking out, you already know. But if they don't want to act like they like this person, they're gonna be like, okay, whatever. But notice their body language. Notice they start prepping themselves. And what I mean by prepping is they're gonna start fixing their hair. They might even take out their phone to make sure there's nothing in their teeth. They're gonna fix their clothes. Either way, they wanna be seen a certain way because they know that their crush is coming over. It's the prepping. That's how you know. I think it's so funny when people go up to you and they're just like, oh my goodness, your best friend is so nice, they're so sweet. And you're like, yeah, of course. And then you look at your best friend and you're like, they don't know. Because you as a best friend have seen your best friend in all moods. Happy, sad, angry. Okay, you have heard things that your best friend has said that the whole world will never hear. And you're just like, you're really nice, but how did that come out of your mouth? Listen, this is another unspoken bestie law, and it's gonna come off as common sense, but common sense is not all that common these days, so stick with me here, okay? So let's say that you're out and about doing your own thing. You could be grocery shopping, whatever, and then someone approaches you, and you know this person, and you also know that this person is not your bestie's favorite person, okay? And so they ask about you. They're like, oh, how are you? You're like, I'm good. And then they bring up your bestie, and they're like, oh, how's your bestie? All you gotta say is, my bestie's good. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. No more detail than my bestie is good. My bestie could be in my phone right now having a mental breakdown, but this person is not gonna know. Okay, nobody's gonna know. It's not their business. If they really wanted to know how my bestie is, message them, ask them. But according to me, my bestie's good. They're always gonna be good. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyways, okay? But when you are moving on, letting someone go, you are going to have your good and bad days. And I've said this before, but I'm here to remind you again that healing is not linear. In the beginning, you're going to feel like having a good day is completely impossible. But as time goes on, you're going to start having good days and not even realize that you've had a good day. You're going to look back on your day and be like, I was okay. Like, I've been fine the past 2-3 days. Honestly, it's one of the best epiphanies you can ever have. But just because you start having all these good days and then you have one bad day does not mean that you are not healing. You will have those random days where you start to overthink, you start to reminisce, and you're gonna start bawling your eyes out all over again. But that does not mean that you are starting from square one. Healing looks different on everyone. But the one thing we all have in common when it comes to the healing phase, the healing journey, is that it always looks good on us. Healing looks good on you. And I hope you're okay. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyways. But when you're moving on, letting someone go, you are going to have your good and bad days. And those bad days are triggered because you end up missing them. This happens randomly. Favorite song could be randomly played on shuffle. You pass by a place that you guys used to go to all the time. You're looking through your phone album and you see a picture of them you forgot to delete. A lot of things can happen. You start thinking of all the good times. Let me try and help you on this bad day. Let me remind you of the disrespect. Let's remember that you are put in the position to let them go because it didn't work out. Remember when this person was still in your life and you would stay up all night bawling your eyes out. You had to wake up in the morning puffy-eyed and tried to pretend like everything was okay. When the thought of food actually made you want to throw up because you two had a disagreement that you could not fix in that moment. Or when you were supposed to hang out with your family, your friends, and spend quality time with them, but you were stuck on your phone the entire time because this person was upset at you. I'm not saying don't cry because you miss them. I'm saying that although you are crying, you are healing. Although you miss them, you are not reaching out and begging for them to be back in your life. Healing looks good on you. So yes, think about those good times, but never forget the disrespect. The one thing I notice about friend groups is there's always that one person that kind of acts like the glue to the whole friend group. It's like there's a lot of subgroups within the friend group and they kind of just hang out with each other. But then the moment this one person puts it in the group chat like, hey, save this day, let's go do this, let's all hang out and go to this event or whatever, the group chat actually comes to life and everyone shows up without question. Have you guys noticed?